Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the story of one of the most recognizable cars ever made, the Volkswagen Beetle. You've seen it in movies, on the streets, maybe you've even owned one. It's a symbol of peace, love, and counterculture. But behind that cute, curvy exterior lies a history that's far more complex and surprising than you might imagine. This isn't just the story of a car. It's a story of war, redemption, and a global phenomenon. So buckle up as we uncover the untold secrets behind the iconic Volkswagen Beetle. Our story begins not in a groovy, peace-loving commune, but in 1930s Germany. The country was in economic turmoil, and cars were a luxury reserved for the wealthy. Adolf Hitler envisioned a simple, affordable car for the masses, a people's car, or in German, a Volkswagen. He commissioned the brilliant automotive engineer, Ferdinand Porsche, to bring this vision to life. The requirements were strict. It had to seat a family of 4, be fuel efficient, reliable, and capable of cruising on the newly built Autobahn. Porsche and his team got to work. They drew inspiration from various existing designs, including the work of a Czech company called Tatra. In fact, the similarities between Porsche's design and Tatra's V570 were so striking that Tatra sued. The dispute was only resolved after the German invasion of Czechoslovakia, when Volkswagen took over the Tatra factory. It is a dark and controversial chapter in the Beetle's origin story that is often overlooked. The design Porsche finalized featured a rear-mounted, air-cooled engine, a streamlined, Beetle-like shape for aerodynamics, and a simple yet robust chassis. This was the birth of the Type 1, the car we now know as the Beetle. A massive new factory was built in a town purpose-built for the workers, called Stadt der Kampfwagons, which translates to City of the Strength Through Joy car. A savings scheme was introduced, allowing German workers to pay in installments for their future car. Thousands subscribed, eagerly awaiting their very own Volkswagen. However, not a single one of them received a car. As World War II broke out, the entire factory was repurposed for military production. Instead of family cars, the assembly lines churned out military vehicles like the Kubel wagon and the amphibious Schwimmwagen, both of which used the Beetle's chassis. The people's car had become a tool of war. After the war, the factory lay in ruins and the town was renamed Wolfsburg. The Allied forces, specifically the British, took control. Initially, they had little interest in the strange-looking car. A delegation of British car manufacturers inspected the vehicle and famously declared it unattractive and noisy, concluding it was commercially unviable and would be a complete failure. They couldn't have been more wrong. The British military, however, needed vehicles, and under the supervision of Major Evan Hurst, a British Army officer, the factory was slowly brought back to life. Hurst's foresight and determination were crucial. He got the machinery running, secured contracts, and by 1946, the factory was producing 1,000 cars a month. He essentially saved Volkswagen from being dismantled. The car was officially named the Volkswagen Type 1, but its affectionate nickname, Beetle or Käfer in German, quickly stuck. In 1949, control of the company was handed back to Germany, and under a new leader, Heinrich Nordhoff, the Beetle began its journey to global stardom. Nordhoff was a marketing genius. He focused on relentless quality improvement and export. The first 2 Beetles arrived in the United States in 1949 and were met with skepticism. Americans, used to their large, flashy cars, didn't know what to make of this small, quirky German import. But that all changed in 1959 with one of the most brilliant advertising campaigns in history. The ad agency Doyle Dane Bernbach, or DDB, was hired to sell this unconventional car to America. Instead of hiding its flaws, they celebrated them. Ads with headlines like "Lemon" or "Think Small" were revolutionary. They used wit, honesty, and self-deprecation to position the Beetle as the smart, practical, and anti-establishment choice. The ads were clean, minimalist, and focused on the product. This campaign didn't just sell cars. It created a brand identity that resonated deeply with a new generation. The 1960s were the Beatles' golden age. It became the unofficial mascot of the counterculture movement. For hippies and young people, the Beetle represented a rejection of mainstream consumerism. It was affordable, easy to fix, and its friendly, unpretentious design was the complete opposite of the gas-guzzling muscle cars of the era. It was painted with peace signs and flowers, becoming a symbol of freedom and individuality. Pop culture cemented its legendary status. Who can forget Herbie, the sentient beetle from Disney's The Love Bug? This movie franchise turned the car into a beloved character for millions of children and adults worldwide. The Beetle's success wasn't just in the US, it became a global phenomenon. Factories were built in Brazil, Mexico, South Africa, and Australia. The car's simple, air-cooled engine was perfect for harsh climates and rough roads where other cars failed. In Mexico, the Vacho, as it was called, became an icon, famously serving as the official taxi of Mexico City for decades. Its reliability and ease of repair made it the perfect workhorse for developing nations. The Beetle truly lived up to its name as the people's car all over the world. However, by the 1970s, the Beetle's design was starting to show its age. More modern, water-cooled, front-wheel drive competitors like the Honda Civic and Volkswagen's own Golf, or Rabbit in the US, began to dominate the market. They offered more space, better performance, and more modern features. Beetle sales in Europe and North America declined, and production in Germany ceased in 1978. But the story wasn't over. Production continued in Latin America for another quarter of a century. The very last classic Beetle, number 21,529,464, rolled off the production line in Puebla, Mexico, in 2003, serenaded by a mariachi band. It was the end of an incredible era. In 1998, Volkswagen paid tribute to its icon by launching the new Beetle, with its engine in the front, a built-in flower vase on the dashboard, and a modern design that echoed the classic's curves. It sparked a wave of nostalgia and became an instant success, particularly with female buyers. A third generation was introduced in 2011 with a sportier, more gender-neutral design. But neither revival could recapture the magic or the cultural impact of the original. In 2019, Volkswagen announced the end of all Beetle production with a touching animated film called The Last Mile, marking the final chapter for this legendary car. From its dark origins to its status as a global symbol of peace and love, the Volkswagen Beetle's journey is one of the most fascinating in automotive history. It's a car that was designed for a dictator, saved by its enemies, embraced by hippies, and loved by millions around the world. It's proof that a simple, honest design can transcend politics, borders, and generations. It wasn't the fastest or the fanciest, but it had character. It was the little car that could, and it drove its way into the hearts of an entire planet. What are your favorite Beetle memories? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.